Study how to find out the unit vector, but before understanding the concept of unit vector, you should remember that how to find out the magnitude of the vectors if the terminal and the initial points are given to us, and how to find out the components of the initial and the terminal point. So first of all, let's write down the formula. Okay, so the unit vector u is equals to 1 divided by the magnitude of the vector ab. Why ab? Because the terminal and the initial points of a and b are given, and we have to find out the vector ab and multiply by the components of ab. So multiply by the components of ab. So let's write ab like this. Okay, so first of all, let's try to find out that what our AB will be and what will be the components of AB. Okay, so remember that A, the initial side, the components will be named as X, Y, and Z. Better to write X1, Y1, and Z1. And the components or the points or the coordinates of the B will named it as X2, Y2, and Z2. To find the component form, the formula is x2 minus x1, comma y2 minus y1, comma z2 minus z1. So let's try to find out this vector AB. Okay, so what is x2? You can see from here the B, the components, the coordinates of the B are named as x2, y2 and z2. So the x2 is 3, then the formula minus here, and x1 is negative 3. Then comma, y2 is 2 over here, minus, and y1 for the a coordinate, y coordinate will be 5. Then z2 is negative 4, minus, and z1 is 1. Okay, solve it. So let's try to solve it. 3 minus minus gives us plus, so 3 plus 3 gives us 6. 2 minus 5 gives us negative 3, and negative 4, negative 1 gives us negative 5. So this is our vector AB. Now we have to find out the magnitude of AB. So it can be written in the modulus form. Okay, so modulus of or the magnitude of the AB will be, the formula is x square plus y square plus z square. So now this time what is x, y and z? This 6 is x, negative 3 is y, and the negative 5 is z. So put all these values in this formula. So you will write 6 square plus y is negative 3 whole square plus z is negative 5 whole square. Now it is better if you write this in the calculator, or you can do it yourself. So 6 square means 36, and then 3 square gives us 9, and 5 square or negative 5 whole square gives us 25. So overall it's equals to square root of 70. Now put this value of the magnitude and the components of the vector AB in the formula of unit vector. So unit vector equals to 1 over magnitude. So magnitude of AB is square root of 70 times the vector AB, which is, the components are 6, negative 3 and negative 5. Now what you have to do, 1 over square root 70, consider it as a scalar quantity. So to solve it, we know that this multiply by this, which gives us 1 over square root 70 times 6 gives us 6, or you can write in the calculator to get the accurate answer in decimal forms. Similarly, 1 divided by square root 70 times negative 3 gives us negative 3 over square root 70. And negative 5 times 1 over square root 70 gives us negative 5 over square root 70. So these are the components of unit vector. Let's try to solve another question. Find the unit vector if the initial and the terminal points are given with the name of A, B. So the formula of the unit vector is 1 over magnitude of AB times the vector AB. So first of all, find out the find out the components of AB. So the formula is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, and similarly z2 minus z1. The coordinates of the A, name it as x1, y1 and z1, and B as x2, y2 and z2. Put them in the formula. So x2 is negative 1 minus x1 is negative 3. Then y2 is 2. Only just substitute the values in the formula. 2 minus and y1 is 5. Then z2. z2 is here, that is 5, minus z1 is over here, that is minus 1. Now one by one calculate it. So minus 1 plus 4 gives us 3, plus 3 gives us 2. 2 minus 5 gives us negative 3. Then 5 plus 1 or 5 negative gives us positive. So 5 plus 1 gives us 6. So these are the components of the vector AB. Name it as x, y and z for further use. Now find the magnitude of AB. So the formula is x square plus y square plus z square. So the AB vectors components will be named as x, y and z. So put them in this formula. So x is 2, so 2 is square. Y is negative 3, so negative 3 square, plus z is 6, 6 is square. So write them in the calculator as you see. Just write it down. 2 square it means 4, minus 3 whole square it means 9, and 6 square means 36. So it is a square root of 49, and the square root of 49 gives us 7. Now we have the unit vector. So find out the unit vector, which is 1 over magnitude. The magnitude is 7. And then the components of AB, so which are 2, negative 3 and 6. Now multiply 1 over 7 times 2 gives you 2 over 7. 1 over 7 times negative 3 gives us negative 3 over 7. Similarly, 1 over 7 times 6 gives us 6 over 7. So I hope now the concept is pretty much clear. Let's practice another question. So find the unit vector if the terminal and the initial points are given. So the first thing is we are going to write the formula of the unit vector, which is 1 over the magnitude of AB times the vector AB. Now first of all, find out the components of the vector AB. So which is, the formula is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1. Now name the coordinates of the point A as x1, y1 and z1, and the coordinates of point B as x2, y2 and z2. Now put them in the formula. So x2 is 8 minus x1 is minus 10. Now sometimes the students, they don't write the minus 10. They write only minus 10. So yani 8 minus 10, which leads to a wrong answer. Now write down y2, that is minus 7, minus y1 is 3. z2 is 3 minus z1 is 9. Now solve it. 8 plus 10 gives us 18. Minus 3 minus 10 gives us minus 10. And 3 minus 9 gives us negative 6. Now find the magnitude of the vector AB. The formula is x square plus y square plus z square. Now the components of the vector AB will be named as x, y and z. So replace over here the x, y and z by 18, negative 10 and negative 6. Remember, when you write or dealing with a negative sign, don't forget to put the brackets and put the square at the end, yani outside the bracket. So now write down 18 is square plus negative 10 whole is square plus negative 6 whole is square, and it gives us 2 is square root of 150. Okay, and in some time, if you want to write in the decimal, so it will gives us 21.44 or 45. If you round off 45. So anything you can write, both are correct. But I would prefer the original answer, and in the end, I just round off to my decimal if required. Okay, so now what we have that unit vector, it's equals to 1 over magnitude, that is 2 over square root of 115 times the vector components of vector AB, that is 18, negative 10 and negative 6. If we do it manually, 1 over 2 root 115 times 8. If you do it manually, you will get 9 over square root 115. Then 1 over 2 root 115 times negative 10 gives us negative 5 over square root of 115. Or 1 over 2 square root of negative 15 gives us negative 3 over square root of 115. If you want to write it in the calculator, you can just write it also in the calculator, and let me show you the correct answer so that you can just check out your answers later on. Okay, you can check out when you solve. You don't say that, oh, our answer doesn't match with the video answer. So the first thing is, the first point is 0.83. Okay, and then our second point will be negative 10. So it will be negative 0.466, 66 or 67 or 77, write it down. Okay, I'm not rounding out. And then the last is negative 6. So it gives us negative 0.279. So negative 0.279 or 28 or 27. Okay, so this is how we will solve our unit vector. Now for the next question, I would suggest pause the video and do this question yourself and then check if your answer is correct and matches my answer or not. So the first thing is that we write the formula of the unit vector, which is 1 over magnitude of AB times the components of vector AB. So let's try to find out the components of AB by naming the A coordinates as x1, y1 and z1, and the B coordinates as x2, y2 and z2. So the formula of the component form is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1. Now put them in the formula. Okay, so x2 is 8, minus x1 is minus 1, y2 is 4, minus y1 is minus 4, and the last is z2 is 10, minus z1 is negative 7. Calculate them. Calculate them. 8 plus 1 is 9, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 10 plus 7 is 17. Okay, name them. Before you go further, name it as x, y, and z components. Now, to find out the magnitude of the vector AB, if the formula is x square plus y square plus z square. So what is our x? Our x is here. That is 9 square, y is 8 square, and z is 17 square. Write it in the calculator to get the fastest answer. So 9 square means 81, 8 square means 64, plus 17 square, and the answer will be square root of 434. Now in the unit vector, write down 1 over magnitude of AB, that is 434 with the square root, and the components of vector AB, which are 9, 8 and 17. So I am doing it manually. You can use the calculator. So 1 over square root of 434 times 9 gives us 9 over square root of 434. Similarly, 1 over square root of 434 times 8 gives us 8 over square root of 434. And the last one is 17 over square root of 434. You can write it in the decimal also. So I hope that these questions are also understood to you. Remember that the practice makes the man perfect. So it is important that you practice many questions so that you do not forget the formula, and otherwise the whole idea is so easy and you are repeating the idea again and again in different kind of the questions. So see you with another concept in the next video.